Alright, welcome back. I'm in Africa, Kampala, Uganda, and today my journey begins from here inside Makerere University, the premier university in Africa, and I'm at the College of Veterinary Medicine, Biosecurity, and something to do with that. It's a beautiful place to be, and come with me on a journey as I move through Makerere University and just show you a little bit of the beautiful spaces that we have here. So we are going to travel through Livingston Road, and then we'll meet the main library, and we shall actually exit through Lincoln Road, University Road, and the main gate into the outskirts of Kampala, Uganda, this very day of 2026, one of the first days of the year. So I think it would be unfair if I didn't show you their signpost. So this is actually the signpost of the College of Veterinary Medicine, right there, and it says College of Veterinary Medicine, Animal Resources and Biosecurity, and it's constituted by the schools of Biosecurity and Biotechnology, Laboratory Sciences, School of Veterinary Medicine and Animal Resources, and affiliated academic institutions, many of which I don't know. So the College of Veterinary Medicine dates back to the early days of the technical institution and evolved from a department into a full faculty of veterinary medicine in 1972. It is one of the premier veterinary institutions in Africa, and in 2011 it was upgraded to the college that is COVAB, as we read on the signpost, and as part of the university's transition to a collegiate system, which is an interesting development. Anyway, let's go up, and I love the trees in these spaces. Lovely sunshine. It's an evening. Oh, this is Livingston Hall. More of that in a bit when we hit the Livingston Road. I just thought I should show you this bird. It's almost a university emblem, or you'll find it mostly in Kampala. It's huge. We call it the marabou stork, so it's a beauty to behold. I didn't want it to take off, but yeah, lovely bougainvillea. I think that is compound to produce some pasture for the students studying veterinary medicine. Anyway, we now turn left onto Livingston Road, and the names of some of these places are very interesting, but I think this is Livingston Road simply because it brings you to Livingston Hall. This is the main Livingston Hall block, and this is an extension block, R block, mostly accommodating first years. Anyway, I'm going to give you a little more history as we head forward, and the signpost is right in front there, but it is named after Dr. David Livingstone, a Scottish explorer. I don't know how true that is, but anyway, it opened in 1959. It was opened at the start of the 1959 to 1960 academic year to accommodate the growing student population. It's a residence that is famously known as Gentlemen, and the hall shares a historic Afro solidarity with Africa Hall, which is right behind. You might have a glimpse at it at some point. So that is Livingston Hall for you. So the Afro solidarity dates back from almost as far as 1976, when Africa Hall was formed. And if you dispute that, please do let me know. This is actually Observatory Road. On that hill, on this hill of Makerere, there's a peak that side which used to be a meteorological observatory. Anyway, let's take a walk in 4K around Makerere University, and it is a delight that they have conserved the trees around this area. Oh, that actually slopes to Africa Hall. The signpost you see in the distance is for Africa Hall, and these bamboos have grown massively, yellow bamboo, over the last 10 years. I think I saw them while they were still young. Anyway, along Livingston Road, which should meet Pool Road, you'll find the botanical gardens. I know you may be wondering why botanical gardens Anyway, this serves as a living laboratory for the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, and it has an interesting history, and it was established, I think, way back in 1940s by something Sir Baldwin Gordon, who was actually a botanist. But I'll seek clarity on that. But yeah, that's a beauty. We'll branch there and see you. So we shall head in front to show you a little more. This foundation always intrigues me, called the Reform. I've seen it here for so many years. Reform in full. Regional Universities Forum for Capacity Building in Agriculture. How that abbreviates to Reform, I don't understand. I think they decided to get rid of capacity building in agriculture. Probably the reason we do not know much about it. But it was founded in 1992 by the Rockefeller Foundation and entered the university in 2004. So this has been their headquarters since 2004. But I bet you a lot of students have passed these stretches seeing Reform and not knowing what it is supposed to do. Anyway, botanical gardens, beautiful. I'm told that when Sir Baldwin decided to do this, he wanted to conserve a lot of the indigenous species of Uganda, up to 1,000 species, which I doubt still do exist up to this time. But let's take a walk this afternoon. Actually, it's more of evening because 5:22 is usually evening, and that's the sun planning to set on us. And it is a beauty to behold the nature in Uganda. Anyway, if you've never visited Uganda, please do come. It's beautiful. Anyway, as a reminder, I'm just taking a walking tour within the Africa's premier university. I think the bulb. Welcome. So I just was sending the ball back to the kids who are playing, and what better timing. And those are actually the quarry flats, and they are named the quarry flats because there was literally a quarry in that area that provided the rocks that built most of the stone foundations of this premier university, Makerere. And let me just get you a little bit on the quarry flats. They were built in the 1950s and 60s, basically to house staff. And as I told you, quarry is literal. The area was a source of stones that were used to build many of the university's most original foundations. I know I sound like a broken record, but I needed to say it twice to reiterate and let it sink in. Mushroom Training Center, think to build capacity in the production of mushrooms. Now we are reaching this roundabout. I like to think of it as the Nkrumah Hall roundabout, but it's where Livingston Hall and Livingston Road meets Pool Road, which we shall not use, but this is Northcote Road going up to that direction. And that hall there used to be called Northcote, but now it's Nkrumah Hall. Anyway, we are not going to pass there. We are going to move up onto Northcote Road and tell you a thing or two about the place. And Makerere's namings are very interesting. I think some have been updated recently, or Google Maps says otherwise, but this has been renamed to Quarry Road. But I think of Quarry Road as something that actually was passing up above these quarry flats. Anyway, in front is the Yusuf Lule training facility. Very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. Yusuf Lule Central Training Facility. It was recently named and unveiled in 2022 when Makerere was celebrating 100 years of existence, and is named after Professor Yusuf Chironde Lule, who was the first black principal of Makerere University College in 1964 to 1970, and later served as the fourth president of Uganda in 1979. More of the quarry flats, and this road will take you up to the roundabout next to the main library, at least the old building of the main library. And this is the new building of the main library. An interesting blend of present architecture and old architecture, basically the burnt clay bricks, basically facing bricks, but it is a framed structure, concrete framed structure, reinforced concrete framed structure. Those who know, know. But it is a beauty to behold. So this central training facility was a bid at providing more teaching spaces for students from mostly the colleges of social sciences who had huge numbers and nowhere to study from. It is actually bordering, formerly when the faculty system was the thing, FEMA, Faculty of Economics and something, administrative sciences or something, but now it's the College of Business, COBAMS, Business Management and Think Statistics. Wow, lovely tree. I don't know whether this is a pine tree. That is a pine tree, and what tree this is has nests right in front there. But this is the new main library building. The structure that is still under construction, that is the School of Gender. I think they have slowly extended it, probably over 8 years since I started seeing it. And wow, more of the Ugandan sunset, more of the Ugandan sunset. And then I think from here you can now very well see the main library. So to the left is the old library building, and this is the main library. But the old library was founded in 1949, and the current iconic building that you see right behind there was completed in 1959. It was the first legal deposit library in Uganda, meaning every book published in the country must by law have a copy here. So in case you want to walk the historical past of Uganda written, then this is the place to come. It's actually open to the public, but you pay a small fee. And this new structure, the extension to the main library, happened in the 2000s, I think roughly around 2010 in that time. Let's proceed. And I think in the distance you'll see one of the iconic structures, which when you look at automatically screams Makerere University, and that is the ivory tower right behind. But today I may not talk much about it. I just wanted to show you a bit of the Freedom Square. Right now it is closed, and that's because this is January, and soon Makerere will be graduating those who have successfully finished their courses, at least fully. And this was originally a cricket oval, which many of Makerere guys didn't know. If you knew, please do let me know. It was a cricket oval. Oh, cricket is really old, but it became the Freedom Square in the 1970s during the height of political unrest, serving as a sanctuary for student expression. I didn't know that's what inspired this name. And it was first lifted when the current Vice Chancellor became the Vice Chancellor. He's an architect, so, but I heard that they put railings which restricts access to it. It has been restricted. So these are some of the resting spaces that have been provided for people to just chill. I wish they could add more. That would be a beauty. Right now I'm embarking onto Lincoln. It has Lincoln CL probably. It was a close, but now it's a road. But I think you could also think of it as a close, saying that it terminates at the main library, which makes it go nowhere, and therefore it's closed off. But more of the trees and the lovely landscaping they did around here. And Uganda is actually a fertile country. It's the rainy season and the green is lush. I see a few birds taking their chance at some worms. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. So life is beautiful in Uganda, both for humans and nature. This Makerere has preserved a lot of the trees. This one in front seems to have died and probably waiting to be cut down. It actually has leaf sprouts, but this normally happens when the marabou stalks I showed you earlier invade the tree, kill the branches. Yeah, so I see branches growing off, so it may not be totally dead, because some branches have died and fallen off, eaten by probably some insects trying to inhabit this. It's beautiful, ain't Uganda beautiful? Anyway, Department of Music, Dance and Drama. I won't say much about that. Oh, now it is Lincoln Road. And I don't know, you guys, please let me know. Is this spelling correct? Does it exist? Or this is an error in spelling Lincoln? Or probably it's just that in its own right. And by it's a voting season, I see someone has squeezed in their flyer here. Namagembe Elizabeth, standing for Women Councillor 3. I didn't know 3 also had women councillor. Thought it only stopped at Member of Parliament. But anyway, politics has never been my, how does that phrase go? Has never been my, what's the word? I mean to say it has never been my thing, but there's a phrase that is normally used. Did I say has never been my cup of tea? Something like that. Mango trees. I think some of these are older than me, but I don't think they are, but they could be. Anyway, Uganda is blessed with nature and so on. So anyway, I'm right now on Lincoln Road, but because someone is having a phone call at a very high volume, I have to also raise mine. Senate building, that in a bit, but this right here is the School of Social Sciences, an interesting place, and I like the light shining just over it. Beautiful. I don't know whether you can see more of it, but it is School of Social Sciences. Actually is very interesting, and I always keep asking myself, is there such a thing as social sciences? Is it a science? Is there like math to it? Does it have theories that are unbreakable? Why is it a science? Please do let me know if you're a social scientist. I might be speaking out of ignorance, but social sciences teaching began in 1939 as a compulsory course for all students. It became a standalone faculty of social sciences in the mid-1980s when it split from the Faculty of Arts. Now, the Senate building. Senate building. Senate building. Academic Registrar, Senate Division. There's a difference. Exams and Transcripts Division, Certificates and Ceremonies Unit, Gender Mainstreaming Directorate, Directorate of Research and Graduate Training Conference Hall, Undergraduate Admissions and Records, Directory of Quality Assurance, Division of Students, ICT Support Services Unit, Students Identity Card, produced by Mark Public Relations Office. Interesting. How could I miss Senate building? Quite in bold. It's actually very interesting. Another magnificent structure right there. That's actually Frank Kalimuzo Central Training Facility in just a bit. But this Senate building is the administrative hub for academic matters, admissions and records. It was built to decongest the main building, which I showed you some time back. Its location puts it close to the central point of Makerere University. Anyway, interesting structure. This is basically the backside of Frank Kalimuzo Central Training Facility, And Makerere University is developing so quickly, at least infrastructure-wise. I don't know whether the reforms are happening. Just Nyerere Leadership Center, and I see this seems like it's going to be an electric charging point for electric cars. I saw an electric bus from Kira Motors Corporation already delivered. Maybe these are some of the points, but yeah, there's been a massive move in the electric vehicle industry, and Makerere, being a university, has to be progressive. So we are on Lincoln Road, and that is Lincoln Flats. Interesting. This is actually named after Abraham Lincoln. These were built in the 50s for senior expatriate staff. In 2001, Flat 4 famously served as a temporary birthplace of Kampala University, while its founders planned the new institution from Kampala. So when I tell you Makerere is a premier university, just know it has influenced the entire Africa, in Uganda not left behind. And Gulu University is actually doing very well in the realms of education. And I think let me climb up here to just give you a glimpse of this area. Frank Alimwizo. Yep. Yeah, Frank Alimwizo Central Training Facility is one of the many central training facilities. I think I count two that are around these areas. I gave you a story about it in one of my videos. Look for a video titled Africa's Harvard. Now I've decided I'll walk from above here. I'd planned to take that route, but I'm going to take this route. Actually, when the main building burned, this temporarily held services that the main building used to have, like office of the Vice Chancellor and the Finance Office. And I think this kind of billboard gives us more of that history. So Frank Alimwizo Central Training Facility, his intention was to do central teaching for social sciences and College of Economics who didn't have enough lecture rooms to accommodate the many students. But it acted as the temporary main building while the burnt down main building was under renovation, and temporarily holding the office of the Chancellor, Chairperson of the Council, Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Finance and Administration, University Secretary, University Bursar, Directorate of Finance, Directorate of Human Resources, Directorate of Internal Audit, Public Relations Office, Advancement and Internal Relations, University Souvenir Shop. Anyway, it no longer does most of that. They have long gone back to the main building, and someday I'll show you the main building more comprehensively. And I'm on University Road. This basically would be considered the main street of the university, heading to the main building of the university. Anyway, let's proceed. And I like these spaces, these trees and climbing plants give me the beauty and urge to want to return to life. So now the Lincoln Flats no longer houses the staff that I told you. It's now holding multiple offices. We see here campus, France, Uganda, Makerere University, Lincoln Flats, study in France, blah blah. Then we have international office. It's actually also has the offices for graduate research or something and training. And this is interesting. I wonder whether this is actually a fruit tree, but I see international. Also on Lincoln House, National Mind Education Program, International Youth Fellowship, Uganda Country Office. Whatever they do, I don't know. If you know, you let me know. I've seen interesting plants. Are these fruits? Are they edible? In case anyone knows, please do let me know. Is this fruit here edible? Kind of looks like mini pumpkins. I don't know whether you guys agree with that. Okay. Anyway, College of Computing and Information Sciences courses. But first, Makerere University guest house. Makerere University guest house. Very, very. I think this is basically offering accommodation. I see they have restaurants, bars, gardens, and conference. DSTV was a thing back then, and Wi-Fi, but I don't think it's a selling point today. And anyway, let's proceed. So College of, this is actually the tennis court. I think people pay money to actually play tennis from here. 5,000 will get you a match, and you can't fail to find someone to play a match against. And let's take you again to this Makerere University College of Computing and Information Sciences courses, Block A and B. That is Block A, and that was the first to come here. I think I was here in 2008. I saw it go, and then it's Block B. But we are still on University Road, and this should now take us to the main gate. But before we reach the main gate is a small roundabout, and that roundabout will help distribute you around the university. Anyway, stand with me, because when I reach that, I will tell you a little bit about the Hall of Residence that lies to its right, called Complex Hall. But for now, we are now starting to have a glimpse of the Kampala skyline in the distance. I'm delighted to have me as your tour guide of Kampala, Uganda, more so inside Makerere University, the premier university in Africa. And that is due to the fact that it has graduated a lot of influential leaders in Uganda. I see some interesting signs here. Makerere Green, please do not litter. Okay, that's interesting. Makerere University, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up, inspiring students to pursue their interests and dream careers since 1922. Parking station. So if you're in the university, you'll have to pay for parking. Yes. So this is the roundabout, and I promise that I'll tell you a little more when I reach this roundabout. But first, that's the main gate. So when you come from the main gate, you'll go straight onto University Road. That is University Road, the main street, and this is Pool Road, taking you to Mitchell Hall, swimming pool, Livingston Hall, and then this is Court Road, and this should take you to Complex, then School of Education, Mary Stewart, Lumumba Hall. Yeah, it's a beautiful roundabout. And for now, let me just show you directions. So College of Education and External Studies, take that route. College of Engineering, Design, Art and Technology, take that route to curve to that point. School of Psychology, it's behind there. School of Law, somewhere there in the distance where I'm pointing beyond those trees, where you'll see actually a complex hall. About that in a moment. College of Business Management and Sciences, you'll take Pool Road, which is interesting. Now when it comes to halls of residences, now Complex Hall is right there. And Complex Hall has a rich history, which I feel like I should share with you. The current form that you see right there was established in 1982, but historically the main building was constructed in 1969, very behind this one, with a grant from the Danish government. It originally housed adult learners from the Center of Continuing Education, CCE, the block that you see to the left. Because of its history with Mitchell Hall, they share the Mitchell Solidarity. Residents call themselves Crocodile. It's actually ladies. Right now, all this academic year, which has so far completed the first semester, it's unoccupied. I suppose it's supposed to undergo renovation, but it's actually a beautiful thing. Anyway, Court Road will take you to Malaysia, like I said. Mitchell Hall to the other side, and University Hall. Sports Center, swimming pool, College of Natural Science, and College of Education. So, yeah, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. And I do not know why the Muslim community were given this space nearest the main gate, probably because of its proximity to Wandegeya mosques, and then yeah, probably the Muslims just preferred to be nearer to Kampala. I don't know. Maybe they were given the spaces a little later. But so, like I told you, School of Law would be that side. Complex Hall, crocodiles. Why they chose the animal? Oh, I was told this place was swampy back in the early days, and people say they were living in swamps and with crocodiles. That's at least the humor that I hear about that place. Very interesting. More of this mosque. I may not show you this, but I think I may bring a video where I just move around Makerere's religious structures, mostly three anyways, and tell you a little more about them. But I like the lawns. They are really green most of when the rain has enabled it. And most of our lawns in Uganda are not watered by any means. And right now we are exiting the main gate of the university. And it's a blend of the new, refurbished when Makerere was going to celebrate 100 years, the metal salvaged from the older gate. But though you are passing the gate, the ivory tower, it leads into the university. So, alright, I think let me show you the main gate. I think I need to cross. So, the main gate, it was completed in 1941 after a tragic fire in 2020. It was reconstructed to, and officially, no, that was the main building, not the main gate. But when this main gate was reconstructed, I don't think a fire gutted it. At least I don't remember any fire gutting the main gate in 2000. But right now, I am already outside the university, and this is life in Kampala, Uganda, as the year 2026 goes on. Today is the third day, and what you're seeing right here, basically that is Makerere Hill Road meeting Haji Musa Kasule Road. Let me take Haji Musa Kasule Road because I want to go to Wandegeya Market, and Wandegeya Market is where, okay, it used to be the suburbs where students actually mostly found food from the university. Nowadays, all the places in Uganda are getting a bit modernized because infrastructure keeps growing to a point that you reach a point and then cease to recognize. But this is the boundary wall, perimeter wall of Makerere University. I think I've told you that it was constructed from around 2017-19 when the then leader of the convocation, Tango Doi, lobbied for funds to rectify it to, you know, kind of cover the porous borders of Makerere University due to insecurities. But I don't think the insecurity was that much, only that now it isolates the general public from the few that can afford to study within in here. And those are the Nakasero suburbs of Kampala, a very posh urban real estate area. Hard to find accommodation or rent there. I see the towers, taller towers are coming up, but I like that they also have tried to do some green, and despite the pressures of land within Kampala, Uganda. Anyway, for now, I'm on Haji Musa Kasule Road, which goes to Wandegeya traffic light, basically the intersection between Haji Musa Kasule Road and Pombo Road in the distance. I'm not taking that route. I am going to Wandegeya Market, at least the south wing of it. And that mosque, I do not know its name, but I believe Haji Musa Kasule, who was a prominent businessman and a Muslim, probably could have done a lot towards its growth. And yeah, so when you're here, hit the subscribe button and see you. I think right now we are on Mulondo Road, and that was Junju Road, and this is Mulondo driver under instruction. What a car. I think it is a manual car, and to learn a manual car automatically qualifies you to understand an automatic car. few cars being sold. Anyway, I don't know where these have been paraded to be sold, but Total Energies. I wonder which country this is from. Probably the French. So I am going to disperse my fruits. I think it's sad that I have to let them go. Anyway, now this behind part of Wandegeya market is a chicken hub where a lot of fried chicken is done. Actually, most of the fried chicken started from Kampala, Uganda, and this is where most campusers from the university brought their girlfriends to give them a treat. And I'm heading in the distance, but okay, you'll find that when you're moving around these parts, people are going to actually call you a lot, hoping that you will be able to support them in buying chicken. Anyway, so I decided to move you through the university into the students' food hub. So do not be hungry should you visit Makerere University to tour Uganda. And this is Wandegeya South Wing, and this is more of the chicken that I was telling you. The recipe has evolved recently from the so-called TV chicken. They were like displays that had electronic heaters. So this is Wandegeya South Wing. And let's head to the main entrance here. I think it is right there. But I'm going to go to the third floor. And I don't know where I should find the third floor. These are pillows, interesting. I would really want to buy, but that's it. I think let me take this ramp. And thanks for watching. Oh, that's Livingston Mall, and that's Wandegeya Market South Wing. Interesting.